Okay, now that we know a little bit more about how the arena works, let's make our own tank. Let's use the file we just created, the one called r5.txt. And right now it has a dumb tank in it. We could put another pol tank in it. And when the program reads this file, it says, oh, okay, there's a file somewhere called dumbtank.java I need to look for. So it'll go here inside the tanks folder, and it says tankwars.tanks, dumbtank.java. Oh, sure enough, there it is. And then, of course, there's another one called poltank.java. So if you want to create your own tank, you have to create a Java file similar to these guys. So if we open them up, dumbtank.java looks like this. It's a very simple implementation of a tank. And we've learned a little bit about inheritance already in class. And here you get to see an example of it. Right here we have public class dumbtank, and then the word extends tank. That means there's another class called tank, just a generic tank class. It's the base class that all of the other tanks inherit from. So if we open up tank.java, you'll see there's a lot of things in here that apply to every tank. And this is a file you don't have to edit. In fact, you're not allowed to edit this one. And each tank implementation, such as the dumbtank class or the poltank class, they use the functionality of the tank class, and they just add to it. The part that they add is all of the code inside of the tank action function. Inside of the tank action function for dumbtank, it just makes a random move every time. Right here it chooses a random number 0 through 9, and it says if the random number is 0, move left. If the random number is 1, move right, move up, move down, rotate right, rotate left, or fire if it's number 6. One thing you might notice about this implementation is if the random number equals 7, 8, or 9, this tank doesn't do anything at all, which is kind of a waste of a move because every half second your tank gets to make a move. So at the very least, you should probably tell your tank to fire if it's not doing anything else, right? One thing you could do really quickly to just make this a little bit smarter is change this number from 10 to 7, which means it's only actually going to choose a number between 0 and 6. And we only have that many moves anyway, so it's not wasting a move. Anyway, so you want to make your own tank. So let's just right-click on tankwars.tanks, click New, Java Class, and we have to give it a name. So let's say my name was Ben. I would just call it Ben Tank. That sounds reasonable. Click Finish. And of course, this is not the right functionality. It's not inheriting from the tank class yet. So let's just copy and paste the code from the dumbtank class into the bentank class. And then change the name instead of dumbtank to be bentank. Now that we have a bentank class, let's see if we can add it to the arena. So let's go to r5.txt and let's say bentank. And if we click run, it doesn't show our tank. It has a spot where our tank should be, but we haven't created an image for our tank, so it doesn't know how to draw our tank. And there our tank just shot a bullet, which is kind of cool, even though it doesn't have an image. So let's add an image associated with our tank. If you go into the Files tab, right here where we opened up the Arrangements folder, let's collapse that again. And let's expand the one that says Images. And then let's expand the other one that says Tanks. So right here, you can see there's one called dumbtank.png and one called poltank.png. So we need to create another one called bentank.png. And the easiest way to do this is, I think, to just copy one of the existing ones so that you have the same size, and then you can edit it in something like Paint. So let's just right-click on that, click Copy, right-click on Tanks, click Paste, and now we have one called dumbtank. Let's make it say bentank. And it should still have the extension PNG there. Right now, the bentank is actually using the dumbtank's image, and we don't want that, so let's open this up in an external editor, and it opens it up in Paint, and let's zoom in a little bit so it's easier to edit. And if you've never used Paint before, it's not too hard to learn. Really quickly, I can show you a few things. We can easily change these colors by using the Paint bucket and choosing a color, and click on something we want to change. Change the outline to be yellow. And you can edit this however you want. It doesn't even have to look like a tank. Just make it something unique to you so you can easily identify it when you see it in the arena. And once you're done, you can click Save. Now it reloads it. It knows, hey, he changed the tank image. So if we run it now, our tank appears in all of its glory. And let's see if it can actually shoot. I want to see it shoot at least once. Come on. It's a 1 in 7 chance. How is it not shot yet? There we go. There we go. All right, he's almost going to win. Oh, he did it. Awesome. Ben Tank took first place because he killed the other two guys. He actually had a pretty good spot because he started in the corner and then these other two guys were right next to him, so it makes sense. But again, it was all random, right? He isn't doing anything intelligent. His decision algorithm is just picking a random move. So the rest of this project is going to be you implementing a more sophisticated decision algorithm for your tank so that it can beat all the other tanks in the class. And let me remind you, the reward is if you can beat everybody else's tank in the tournament, then you get an automatic A. And if anybody can beat my tank, then I'll bring donuts for the class. Good luck.